University. After his postdoctoral researches at University of 2010 as an assistant professor in chemistry. And currently, he is a full-time professor at IIT Madras. And he has more than 20 years of research and 10 years of teaching experience. And so far, he has completed 8 projects worth nearly 7 crores, and have guided more than 11 PhD and 15 master's projects, co-authored 4 patents, 4 book chapters, 7 conference papers, and more than 160 research publications with more than 6,000 citations, with an H-index of 38 and average citations per paper is above 35. And he has also delivered more than 140 invited lectures. And coming to his research field, Dr. Garda's research group focuses on chemical thermodynamics and phase equilibria, which is a very important industrial field, which is important for solvents and their mixtures. And more than 7,500 thermodynamic data points measured by his group at IIT Madras are included in the NIST standard reference database developed by the Thermodynamics Research Center, NIST USA. And in recognition of his outstanding performance as a researcher, he has been awarded with many prestigious awards by institutes and societies, including the Mid-Career R&D Award by IIT Madras in the year 2020. And recently he has been recognized as Associate Editor of Halion Elsevier Journal, and he is a Fellow of Royal Society of Chemistry UK and Publon Top Review Award 2019. And he's one among the world's top 25 emerging investigators by the Journal of Chemical and Engineering Data, American Chemical Society Journal. And he's also recognized as associate editor and member of editorial boards of many reputed international journals. And he's also a recipient of many awards, including the Young Scientist Award, Best Young Researcher Award, and then J.C. Bose Patent Award, to name a few. So with immense pleasure, I welcome you, sir, for this session. I also welcome all other participants from other institutes and the host institute for this session. Once again, welcoming you all and wishing you all a very fruitful session. I invite Dr. Ramesh Lakshminarayan and Gardas to handle the session on funding agencies and collaborative research. How about you, sir?
Madam, my slide is visible and my voice is okay. Volume?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Slide is visible, audible.
Good afternoon, one and all. Let me start thanking Dr. Malini Madam reading out so nice all the accomplishment. It's like reviving my journey. And she put nice slides, so nice of you. And I'm happy to say that this talk is special for me in another way also. I think this is my 150, 150 or 151, if I'm not wrong. So in both the way, either it is 150 or 151, it's a special for me. And I have a lot of connection with Thrissur, either by students or by my PhD postdoc students or visiting several times. So it's nice platform for me. So next 1 hour or 1 hour and 15 minutes or so, I will be sharing only my experience. It is nothing to do with the slides. Slides are just put to not to engage and not to bore you, so you can see once in a while slides, but it's like sharing my knowledge or sharing my experience of last 20 years. So before going into that, let me congratulate the organizers for successful completion of FDP. And today is the last day and the last session. I saw excellent set of speakers. And I'm extremely sorry that due to my other engagements, today time has been changed. So nice, Sylvie Madam readily agreed. And I would like to thank Dr. Sylvie Matthew Madam and Dr. Gigi who initially contacted me, and all the organizers. I'm sorry, I don't know the names of everybody. So I would like to thank all the organizers who is behind of this excellent FDP. And I see already more than 65 people have been joined. So it's nice gathering in the afternoon. So I will be talking a little bit on how to write a proposal for fundings and what are the funding, the facilities available and where we can go for funds. And then I will also speak on collaborative research. As I told you earlier, this is only sharing my experience of last 20 years. I believe it will work for many. It worked for me, so it will work for many, I believe so. And if you get a time at the end, please ask me questions. I will happy to answer whatever I know. If you don't get a chance, you please write to me. Let me see if I can get a pointer option, laser pointer. Yeah. So you can write to me at gardas@iitm.ac.in. So let's go into this without much delay. And I wish you all the season's greeting, and you may worship Navratri or Durga Puja or whatever you worship. I think today is the 7th day, and wish you happy Navratri and Puja and everybody. So I wish season's greeting to all of you. And as Dr. Malini Madam told, I am from IIT Madras. We have a beautiful campus, and we are around 10,000 students across 16 departments. We have beautiful birds and animals like deers, fox, and beautiful creatures, butterflies, and all these things. And we do have some notorious monkeys and poisonous snakes, but fortunately nothing happened to anybody in last 40-50 years or so. And apart from this, we also have 600 faculties. So let's go to today's my talk. I'm from chemistry department. Today's my talk is nothing to do with the chemistry. This is only about sharing my experience on writing proposals and looking for funding possibilities, funding agencies, and how to collaborate. So let's begin with the blessings of the goddess of knowledge and the goddess of wealth, because research is all about extraordinary ideas. And to execute these ideas, you need a sufficient funds. So ideas and funds are the starting point for any research. And then only it comes to support, collaboration, funds, and all these things comes later on. If you see research progress overall can be divided into 5 stages. First one, research and discovery. Here it comes writing proposals, getting money, setting up labs, and inviting quotations or tenders and equipments, and hiring research scholars, and then the dedicated research scholars works in the laboratory. All this comes in the first stage. Second stage, when you have some results, and how you will write that papers or theses or project report or news articles, or all writing patents, all writing parts will come here. The second stage. Third one, whatever you write, of course, you are genuine and you have done your best, but somebody has to review, the external person, unknown person so often, whether it is thesis or whether it is a patent or whether it is a research article, somebody has to review. So the review process is also very important to understand, to criticize, or the constructive criticism. So that is the also development. And the fourth one is, once it review successfully done, it will publish. If it is a PhD thesis, you will get a degree. If it is a patent, patent will be granted. If it is a paper, it will be published. So the publication is also very important part for the visibility of the institute and the department and yourself, and above all, for the benefit of the society and the growth of the society. And the fifth one is a post-publication. So once you publish, that's fine. But is it reachable? Is it reached to all the relevant people, or all the people who are in the peers or who are working in that field? Is it reaching? That is also important. And one more thing, we started with here fundings. And where funding comes, everything starts from ideas. That's where I told in the first slide. So research starts with ideas and funds. Before funds, ideas. So if somebody asks, what is the one single word which is the starting point of the research? And that answer is idea. The second one is funds. So third one may be dedicated students, and then so on. Or the fourth one, cooperation from the institute or the higher officials or the government or the industry. But above all, first and foremost is an idea. Now the question comes, from where this idea will get? How to get an idea? By the way, I am interested to get an idea. How to get? Can I purchase it? No. So generally idea comes from the literature, and that's where this post publications play a key role. Your post publication become a literature. It should reach to the target, or you should find out the way to reach. So we'll go into, we have enough time, I believe 1 hour and 15 minutes or so, and that's where I put research life cycle. So starts with ideas, then you look for collaborators, or you look for supports, or you look for funds. This all comes under partners. So you should have idea, then you write that idea in executable way. What is the problem? If you have ideas, very great idea, which cannot be doable with 100 crores or with 10-15 years. So that's not idea then, that's a dream. Dream means once you wake up, it has no meaning. So idea should be executable within certain time limit, within certain resources, with some human resources. So you cannot think that 1,000 people work for your project. If it is a company, that is a different thing. So it should be doable with 2, 3, or 5 people. It should be doable in 2, 3, or 5 years, and it should be doable in 10, 20, or 30 crores. Or if it is less, that is best. So ideas, then look for funds, look for equipments, look for students, look for collaboration from the within institutes, then write that proposal, and then you get the grant, and then you do research, you hire student, you set up the laboratory, and the research scholars work dedicatedly under your guidance, supervision, and then they get data and they analyze data, they share data with you, you write publication, or they write publication for you. In collaboration, you both will write and you publish it. And once your publication is in open literature, that will be idea for somebody else. So that's how the research progress. And each stage is crucial. All 5 stages are very, very essential. All are very essential, but it starts with an idea. And it's circular, because to get an idea, you have to read published article. And published article become idea. So for publication, you need to hire student, you need to have fun. So it's a circle. And in that circle, all stages are important. I just put last 10 years data, what is happening across the globe. No subject is all subject. What is happening in last 10 years? If you see, in 2010, there were 24 lakhs paper per year. And today, in this year, 2019 or 2020, more than 35 lakhs paper per year. So every year the number of papers are going. This is across all the field, all fields together, and this is from Scopus. And not only the number of papers are increasing, and per paper cited reference is also increasing. So earlier there was an average 35 papers in a paper, 35 cited reference in a paper. Now it is gone close to 50. And counting this number, the whole cited reference includes publications, book chapters, books, conference proceedings, or what you call personal communications, newspaper articles, magazine articles, and so on, or conference proceedings, everything. And today you have more than 9 crore citations per year. It's a huge ocean. If you want to write one proposal, how many things you will read? Let's say you want to do PhD in a 5-year, how many papers you can read? 200, 300? I don't think more than 300-400. If you want proposal writing, you will read 30, 40, 50, 60, or 100, not more than that. So how to get that? And which country is publishing more, you see, for 10 years? US, China, United Kingdom, Germany, and India is at the 5th position. This is all 10 years together. But in last 2-3 years, India is already in the 4th position and is going to be 3rd position only after China and US. India would be the 3rd one. This would be opposite. China will be the 1st one if you take only last couple of years. Or China and US are almost same. India is going to be a 3rd largest published country. Is it a pride? One way, yes, it's a pride. We are doing much research, but other way, compared to those countries, we are getting less funds and more human resources, less fellowships, less funds, and all these things. Anyway, we are not going into that debate. If you see the area-wise, if you combine chemistry is divided into chemistry, material science, and biochemistry. Chemistry is the number 1 in the large number of applications. Otherwise, you can see medicine and engineering. In the engineering, computer science, physics, then biochemistry, all the people are trying their best. And these are the science and engineering people are dominating in this publication lists. And it is understood because all fields are not same. We can't expect mathematics and chemistry should be on the same line. It should not be. In computer science and let's say humanities and social science should be same. We can't expect. It's a field base also. Anyway, so I will talk a little bit about how to search quickly, then how to write proposals and where to look for funds, and what is the importance of the collaboration, how to expand network, and some tips. It worked for me up to certain extent, and I believe it will work for you also. And please pardon me, my talk is like a little bit suggesting and preachy kind of things. And this is mainly the talk is designed for a young researcher, very young, let's say who are just joined as assistant professor or just completing PhD and getting a postdoc, or who would like to know more or go in line with them. So please bear with me. As I told you, publishing process has 5 key steps, and all 5 are very important, and everything starts from idea. How to get an idea. And one more thing, if your idea is great, extraordinary, you need claims also such a way, or evidence also such a way. It's not like that my idea is great, but I cannot prove you or cannot tell you now because it's a great idea, you may not believe. Not like that. It's our duty to convince them. See, the publication, if you publish thesis or research article or patent, that is easy because results already there. You, by seeing results, you may say that the results are due to this, the trend is like this, maybe because of this. But here you are thinking of future. You based on some scientific justification and earlier work, you are talking about future, and in that you have to convince. And you will be surprised to know whom you will convince. Let's say today, the scenario is I am talking to the computer. I'm talking to the computer, and you may be listening me, and you can come back to me, and there is no anonymity. If I want, I can see who are the 66 people. I can read the names. I may request you to switch on your video and see. And you are seeing me, my video, you know about me. But you have to convince a person whom you don't know. The reviewer is anonymous. So even if you have done very minor mistake or a silly mistake, which you think that everybody should know, what is this? This is supposed to be known. This kind of word is a spelling mistake, they're supposed to know. They're supposed to not know everything. You're supposed to convince them, or you're supposed to send them the material such a way that anybody can easily understand in a systematic way. So it's a quite challenging writing a proposal and getting funds in 2 ways or 3 ways or multiple ways. One, you are talking about future. Two, you are going to convince somebody whom you don't know. So how to deal with this? So there are certain ideas and certain plans. It might work for you, and we will go to that. And please remember, if your idea is very simple, people say, what is this? For this he needs money. This he can done, this he can do without funds, this he can ask in the department, this common chemicals anywhere it is there, common instrument anywhere is there. Why he is asking here? This is very preliminary. They will reject it. But if you write very high-fi, first thing they say, oh, this is too optimistic. I think the what do you call, the PI, principal investigator, is too optimistic. He may not achieve, he just wants us to give money. He's just talking in the air. So you need to convince supporting documents, supporting literature and all these things. And as I told you, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidences. So all starts with ideas, creative ideas. The idea should be clearly mentioned in writing that anybody who is in that field or at least relevant to that field. Please remember, your proposal, when it goes for review, either funding agency or the program advisory committee PAC members or the reviewers may not be exactly expert like you. They may be slightly youngster than you, or they may be very experienced in another field, but sister field, not exactly your field. So it's your duty, let's say your means our duty. It's our duty to write in such a way that anybody slightly relevant to that field can understand clearly. So idea should be clearly put it in pen and paper, nicely, black and white. There should be a vision. Vision should be clear. If this project is successful in 3 years, successful in 5 years, this is our benefits. Benefits should be clear. What you will be delivered in the project should be clear, and how you will approach to achieve that benefit, or how you execute the project should be, the success criteria should be clearly mentioned, and plan or how you approach it should be mentioned with the timeline. It's not like that I will do this, I will do this, I will do, you say 10 things I will do. No, when you will do, please mention not the date wise or week wise, at least 3 months wise. People, if it is a huge project of 6 year, 5 year, then people do 6 months wise. But if it is a 3 year project or a 2 year project, it's a good idea to put 3 months wise. So here you divide into 4 quarters, quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. That's a good approach. Timeline, then budget. You can't ask too much money and you can't ask too less. If you ask too less also, people say, oh, this much, this many objectives, and how he will do in only 10 lakhs? He might be just roaming around. He doesn't have an idea. And if you ask too many, let's say you're supposed to ask 50 lakh, but you ask 1,50,000, assuming that anyway they will cut little bit. This also will not work. Okay, so it should be justified. Slightly here there is okay, slightly higher side asking is better to give them a chance to cut something. So Scopus tells there are 5,000 publishers, 70,000 institutions, and 16 million papers have been published, at least one paper. And there are more than 25,000 journals, more than 2 lakhs books, more than 2 lakh conference proceedings, and overall 77 million papers are in open literature, which cited more than 1.7 billion references. All this in last 120 years from more than 100 different countries. It's a big ocean. So to start your proposal, you need to get idea. To get an idea, you need to literature. And when you look for literature, there are 1.7 billion references. What you will do? This is also from Clarivate, same thing. From 1.7 billion references, you need to get 30, 40, 50, or 100. Whether you have access or not, whether you get full text or not, that is later on. First, you should know which reference you want to read. So it clearly shows that you need to have some strategy. And that is a starting point for writing any research proposal. Any research proposal you want to write, don't touch the proposal first. First, you do literature search on that, and then gather the relevant 30, 40 references. So I'll tell you quickly, very quickly, how to get literature. So everything starts from idea. And to get an idea, you need to read a lot of literature, or you need to listen a lot of people. You need to attend so many conferences. You need to listen to their videos and YouTubes, or you need to read magazines, or you need to read their blogs. So it's not only on the journal article. You need to read books. So there are various ways to get an idea, or at least discuss with somebody. And above all of these things, getting idea, literature is the primary source where most of the people will get an idea. Okay, and see, you are doing something doable, but you are proposing something new. So it is little bit tricky. You cannot copy somebody, but you cannot do something which is not known at all. People say, how it is possible? Who anybody has done before? Do you have any proof? If you say these people have done, then they say they already this many people have done, then what is new? So you understand the tricky part. So the tricky part is your idea is based on earlier proven concept, but something new is there. It's like on top of that, we say, no, any food items you eat, they will say pot of extra cheese, but that is just what you call, there is a one good word, it's just expressing to the next level, but sometimes you have to go beyond the limit. Then you have to suggest at least something new. So start with very known thing and tell clearly that you are going to the next level and which is achievable, and also you tell that you are going to think and plan such a level which has nobody done, but you are hopeful that you will achieve that. So in your proposal, something is already known and something is not known but achievable with a lot of evidence, and something you are going to tackle or you are going to approach which is completely new and jara hatke, out of the box, which may be reached or which may not be reached, but you dare. So your proposal should be a mix of these three. Then chances are very high it get funded. So how to get an idea? What is an idea? What is called idea, and how to get an idea? So all this about starting from the search. So what to search and how to search to get an idea. So searching is a key thing. There was the days that not having information was a problem, and today having too much information is a problem. Here this uncle says, no matter how carefully I am surfing the internet, I always get too much information and I lost. I don't know what is reliable. I don't know what I was searching. I'm sitting, I click one net and it will go somewhere and then somewhere, then somewhere and then somewhere. It's a waste of time and data, and then finally you end up closing it without having meaningful search. This is what happened for most of the people. So when you have too much information and you need too little, how to search, you need to have a strategy. So what to search, where to search, and how to search will go quickly. In what to search is keywords. You need to have a collection of large amount of keywords. Keywords can be your field, subfield. Keywords can be application. Keywords can be equipment name. Keywords can be disease. Keyword can be something known in that field which has 1 or 2 or 3 words, not so many. Wherever space comes in between, chances are high that you may hit extra results. So 1 word is the best keyword, 2 or 3 words also fine, but definitely not 5, 6 words. So it's a sentence, it's not a word then. Okay. You should have a collection of so many keywords. I will tell you how to know what are the best keywords in your field. When you read so many papers, when you follow so many people, you understand. Okay, let's go. And that's the success criteria for a best literature search. And that's where if you read good papers, you get good ideas. If you get good ideas, you will write good paper or good proposal. Where to search? You can search in individual journal or individual publisher. And there are so many, so it's a time consuming and frustrating. So to avoid this time consuming and frustrate, you can go to the search engine like SciFinder, Web of Knowledge, and Scopus. Unfortunately, all of them are subscribed. You or your institute or your library has to pay a lot of money. There are few free and nice search engines like Google Scholar, Microsoft Academic, ORCID, Mendeley, Publon, ResearchGate. These are the very well known. There are so many other things also. Here you get at least who is publishing, what is publishing, what are the keywords, what are the abstract, the author's name, author's profile, and their affiliation, their email ID, and their office landline number. This many things you get free of charge. Of course, you won't get a full text, you won't get a paper. For that, you need a subscription. But at least you have an idea who is publishing what, and you can read the abstract. And not only the journals, that's the primary source. Please don't think that everything is published. Most of the people, they just submit thesis without publication for whatever the reason. They get married, or they get a job, or they go for other field, whatever the reason, and their work remains unpublished for quite a long time. Or they just go to the conference and present there, or write to the conference proceedings and they never publish, whatever the reason. As I told you, there will be several reasons. So one should go to the secondary sources also, like books chapters, thesis, conference proceedings, science blogs, magazines, repositories, and so on. Even newspapers, science columns. You have to look for so many places because you want the new ideas. And then note down and the club and then see. Now the best question comes, how to search. However, this is not today's my concern talk. When you have 1.7 billion papers and you need only 200 or 100 or 50, you definitely need to have a strategy. And this strategy alone takes me 1 hour to tell, because that is not our concern today. Only I want to tell you that you need to have a specific strategy to get the right keyword. And not only that, you go and search everywhere. Instead of you go multiple way, how nicely multiple ways you get information. That is doable and possible. It's called keep me alert, or it's called keep me posted, or send me alerts, and all these things. So to cut short up to here, for a proposal, good proposal, starting point is idea. To get an idea, you need to do literature search. And for a literature search, you need to have a best strategy. And in that strategy, first point is, other than funding source, other than website, or other than the publisher website, or other than having access to full text, above all, it's boiled down to have a collection of keywords. So from where we started and where we boiled down. So when you have a collection of good keywords, you can do good search. If you do good search, you can read good papers. If you read good papers, you will get a good ideas. Then you can write a good proposals. So then this one, now we'll go to next stage. I have several stages. The literature work is over. Okay. I tried to say 1 hour or 2 hours talk in 15 minutes. Now go to the proposal. How to write proposal? How convert ideas into proposal? How difficult it is? How difficult it is? How difficult it is? We will see. Please remember, I am chatting in WhatsApp with my friends or my family or my father or my students sometimes, because all of them knows me very well. All of them knows me for several years. So even if I something type by mistake, they understand it might be in a hurry. Or even if I send an email to my friend, just what core message is there, if it is conveyed, it's fine. We are not bothered about grammar, not bothered about language, not bothered about structure, because it is informal writing, and in this writing, the message is only to convey some short message for a short duration or for a temporary thing. And both people knows each other, at least up to a certain extent. Then everything is pardoned. Even if it is a mistake or even if it is anything, is pardoned, because it's not a public. But when you are going to write for a proposal or a paper or a thesis or a grant or anything, please remember, this is no more, it is your private. It's gone out and it is for a public forum, if not to all, at least for editors or a funding agency and the reviewers and all these people, and these people won't know you. So formal writing has to be very careful, and please don't think that hi-fi English writing is good. If you are writing English literature paper, then let it be English hi-fi. Other than that, any other document should be clearly understood, simple, small sentences, and no need to go for hi-fi, because in that core message will lost. Yes, if you are good at sending core message, also writing hi-fi English, that is good. That is good. If you are not experienced, don't worry about writing very hi-fi English. Just worry about, are you conveying the message properly? Is it crisp? It is concise. The summary is fine. And please remember, this is official document or a formal document, and this is you are going to send to somebody whom you don't know. He reads one, or he or she will, reviewer will read one line. If he's not understanding, they will not call you. Hey Ramesh, I received your proposal. Third paragraph of the fourth page, in the third line, second line. What is this? It's not clear. You wrote very well. Only accept this line. Nobody will ask you. So it's your duty to write everything structured, carefully designed, organized, and in a simple, lucid way. And it should go flow like a family movie, not like a suspense movie or a horror movie. You should not scare editor and a reviewer. We don't know in which situation he is, in which mood he is. So on top of that, if you give more attention to him, that's it. He will feel it. So you need to worry more about the reviewer and the funding agency while writing. So, and remember, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidences, and your ideas should be achievable. Ideas should be based on some concept, but not exactly ditto or copy, something different. As I told you, think of 3 stages. 1, based on earlier work, doable. 2, it is doable and new. 3, we don't know doable or not, but based on this concept, we think we can achieve there, and jara hatke, it's something different. When it is a mix of 3 concepts or mix of 3 objectives, chances are very high, and whatever the reviewer's expertise is, whether he is a senior expert or what you call a very senior or a junior or mid-career, he will see something in your proposal, and chances are very high that he will approve. So now the question comes, what is research proposal? First thing, it is all about future. It's all about predicting, but based on the past. Based on the past, you are talking about future and you are connecting it. And then you are giving justification and you are telling that you will do something new. Okay? Don't try to read, just listen to me. I will read or I will talk in between. It's a formal document. Proposal is a scientific document, academic writing, formal writing based on original idea. It's not your own idea, but you copied from somebody and you have interpreted, you are extended, you are modified, then it becomes original. So idea is original, but it is based on the old ideas. That is fine, because you have modified significantly that one cannot claim this is the same idea. You may say my idea is based on this originally old idea. That is fine, but you have significantly modified. Okay, so it is based on your own original idea, based on you got it from previous ideas. It is on a particular topic or particular subtopic or a particular theme, and you do critical analysis of the literature and you interpret for the findings or find out the gap, what is already done and what we are supposed to do, or you compare with the earlier methods and what you are proposing, that method, and explain your proposed topic with logical, convincing argument with a proper justification. Okay, with a proper justification, how this can be, gap can be filled. There is a gap earlier people has done and you are proposing this, and to achieve that you have to go through this process. These are the best methods. people have taken these earlier methods, but I am proposing the new method or modification in the earlier method, and suggest clearly with the proper evidence or proper convincing argument. Evidence means not a new experiment. If you could do some experiment, it's fine. Generally, when you write for very large funding, no, people do some research which is new research, and they don't publish results, they directly submit this result to the proposal. This is also they do. It's called proof of concept, unpublished result, and then suggest how to fill this. And this can be experimental work or theoretical work or technological work or computational work. All this fine. And if possible, talk about cost document. When your idea is executable, what is the ultimate aim? It should reach to the larger community. That means your idea, which is executable and come to reality, not only in the laboratory. From the laboratory scale, it should go to the R&D scale, to the pilot scale, to the commercial scale. So if it goes in these stages, what are the cost economics involved? If you know, you tell. That is good. And please remember, in 3-year project, you cannot change entire world. There is a limitation in time, but you can certainly tell after 3 years also, after successful completion also, one can take from here to forward how one can lead to further heights. What is there to achieve further, or whom this your project, successfully completed project, will be the starting point where it takes. Generally, from science to technology, or from your proof of concept to the product. So what are the promising paths for the development, and what could be the modification required for a topic chosen, and whom you offer help? If your project is successful, who will get benefit? In what section of the society will get benefit, or which kind of industry will get benefit? If you say, sir, you are talking very hi-fi, you're talking about industry, you're talking about large section of society. Sir, it's a small project, sir. No problem. If it is a small project, you cannot talk about large section of society, you cannot talk about industry, no problem. At least you talk about your peers, people working in your field, how it will be beneficial, how one can take it from here to the next level, or this kind of understanding, how it will helpful for people working in your field. At least that much you should do. Otherwise, there is no meaning. So proposals can be of various kinds: core research grant, theme-based, bilateral, trilateral, multilateral, faculty exchange, even for a travel grant proposal, PhD research proposal, postdoc research proposal, institutional proposal, entire institute is writing departmental proposals, various, or industry academia collaboration proposal, or only industry alone proposal, or contingency, you just give consultancy proposal. There are various kinds of proposals. But in academia, more often is a core research grant, or theme-based, or bilateral, or a student exchange proposal, or a travel proposal, or PhD or postdoc proposals. So based on the proposal, depending on the type, the length may vary, duration may vary, and amount may vary. Proposal can be 1 page, proposal can be 20, 30, 40 page, but usually, even if it is a big proposal, it won't go beyond 20 pages because people will not read it. Crisp is better. Sometimes writing long is easy, writing short is difficult. And proposal can be few months or few years, and it can be few thousands, it can be few crores. So what will happen if you submit proposal? Once you submit, funding agency will check that whether you submitted before deadline, whether you have submitted all the documents, all the proof of concept, or all the suggesting document, whether it is a quotations or the permission from your institute, or funding or permission from your head, or you have undertaken all these things that I will complete. If I couldn't complete, I will return the money, or I will submit periodical reports or progress reports, or if I go on sabbatical or a long time leave, I will assign somebody else as a PI. All these things you have to undertake forms. All forms you have submitted, everything is in line. Then project advisory committee or the chairman will decide to reject or send for review. He will reject if in the same field so many could have come, or if he will reject based on various reasons. Let's not go into that. And he will review, invite review, reviewer will submit comments, and again it will go to the chairman. Chairman may reject or accept your proposal as it is. Most of the time they will cut some funds and accept, or most of the time they will ask you to slight modification. Too many objectives, can you reduce one? Or very less objectives, can you add one? Or these things is not clear, can you make it? So with minor revision it will be accepted, and then you may get acceptance letter, then sanction letter, then funding. All this takes huge time. People tell not less than 9 months to 1 year from your idea starting writing to this one. So one more thing you remember, whenever call comes, the calls or the proposal calls are open. Some are there 24/7 or 365 days, but some specific calls are only for 1 month or 2 months. So you cannot start writing proposal after you get a call. You should already have an idea. You should already written some proposal draft way. Then you can modify when call comes. So you have to be ready well in advance. Not like that once call comes and then you do. It takes time. You have to invest so many things. You have to invest time. You have to ask for funding agencies, visit website, you look the format. Every funding agency format is slightly different. Then you look for collaboration, that we will talk in detail later on. Then these are the so many problems. You have to budget it, you have to future think of it, and you have to write in a certain word limit, and you have to see who is a PI, who is a core PI. Above all, you have to get all the permissions. Getting letters is not easy, especially in small colleges and universities. And you have to plan for that. You cannot expect that everything you will get it in 1 day, 2 days. Fortunately, in our institute, any document I want, I can get it in a day or a 2, or sometimes even just by email and phone, I'll get it in few hours. It happens. But we cannot expect same thing every time. So we have to be ready. And you cannot take a chance to wait until the last minute. And please remember, proposal also check the plagiarism check. You cannot copy somebody's idea as it is. And language need not to be hi-fi, but language should be clearly understandable and it should be in a flow. Okay, and you find all the guidelines of the agencies, and they should provide tutorials. Let me spend some more time, 10 minutes or so, how to write a proposal. You have gathered 30-40 papers, then you have made one A4 sheet. You take this, you are making your own Picasso painting. Take in the middle, what are the main objectives? Because any proposals need to write in some characters, less than 100 characters, 1 bullet point, like that, 3 to 5 bullet points. So 3 is minimum, 5 or 6 is maximum. You cannot go main. So what are the key objectives you want? And at this stage, you need not to worry about English, grammar, and the flow. Don't worry. Whatever comes to your mind, you write in the center. Maybe in Tamil, Malayalam, Kannada, Oriya, Urdu, Sindhi, Punjabi, Gujarati, Marathi, any language is fine. Because this will be with you. First, you should be clear what you want to convey. Then comes language, then comes flow, then comes money required, then comes all these things. So after reading 20-30 papers, what comes to your mind? Write down 4-5 points. Then think what could be the number 1, what could be the number 2, what could be the number 3. That is fine. And feel free to add headings, subheadings, important points. Then you draw lines left, right, up, down, and write what could be where you can add one scheme, where you can add a comparison table, where you can add a figures, a literature search, where you can add a scheme or a mechanism or a flow chart or something new. All this you can write down. And your proposal will be revolving around this. This one page, if you fill up like a Picasso painting, you only will understand. There is no specific language, there is no grammar, there is no flow, but everything is there. You have to gather everything in one page. You want to talk to somebody, no problem. You want to read somebody, more papers. You want to discuss with somebody, you want to have access to some papers, or you want to do some preliminary check, everything you write down there. What are the costly equipment you are going to use? What are the expensive chemical, expensive software, whom you want to collaborate, or who, whether you want to write alone, who could be the future student whom you are targeting, how many students can do this proposal, 1, 2, or 3. All these things you write down in one page, and this your proposal will be around this. And please remember, don't forget to write main objective 3 to 5, main methods, which instrument you use, which software you use, which package you use, what kind of methods you are going to add, and how you are going to claim that you will achieve success. And after that, you are predicting future. After your project is successful, your results will be how better than the comparing to existing results. Is it with less time you will achieve? Will you achieve with less money? Or will you be more environmental friendly, that your results will bring same kind of results or better results without damaging environment? What way it would be beneficial to the scientific community or the society or the industry, or at least core members? And all this information should be there. Let me skip some slides, and I will show you one of my proposal, and then we will go into this. So your one-page Picasa document, you should ask so many questions. What you want to do, why you want to do, how you will do, by doing so, what is already known, what will be new information come, how you will achieve this, by achieving this, what you will gain, by gaining this, who will benefit. So what, who, how, what, who, how, what, who, how, why. These are the questions you should ask yourself, and write the answer any language, put it in one, and then you look for translating into English, then you look for a flow, then you look for a grammar, then you look for all other things. Questioning oneself is better. And I will tell one more thing. Let's say you take one proposal of somebody, or you receive proposal of somebody to review, or you got somebody's paper which is not published yet, and you don't like them at all. Somebody tell you, let's say your guide give you one paper and tells it's not submitted. This paper I want not to be accepted at all. Tell me what way it will be rejected. You put enter your heart and soul, read word by word, and ask 100 questions. And this paper should be rejected. Don't do that, but I'm telling you, these 100 questions, what you ask there, can you ask yourself in your proposal, your paper? If yes, then can you answer it? If yes, then you can modify it and do it. Then you will do better. And you cannot do in a hurry. So you have to remember what are the call details. You have to clearly know deadlines. You should clearly know whether collaboration will, most of the time, collaboration will improve the proposal. When proposal submitted by a single person and proposal submitted by 2-3 person will have more impact. Okay, they will see that at least this. But when you have more than 2-3 people in a single proposal, it is your duty to clearly mention who will do what. You can't tell everything will be done by everybody. No, then it will go negative. You have to clearly identify expertise of individual one, and it will be done prominently by them. After acceptance, all three can do all three work. That is a different scenario. But before acceptance, one should be very clear, and if possible, they should stick to that until project is over. Otherwise, you can interchange. Remember all the documents required, quotation, certificate, and remember all the limits required. And you cannot write proposal overnight, or 2 days, or 3 days, or 1 week. It takes long time. So you have to write, edit, read, edit, read, edit, read, edit, read, ask somebody to ask so many questions, modify, read, modify, reading, modify. As I told you, sometimes writing big is easy, writing less is difficult. So you have to capture objectives, summary, and these are more challenging. Please avoid writing too much text. What is better? Pictures. You put a comparative plot, you put a flow diagram, you put some figures for the methodology new you draw, or you put a new table, or new schemes or charts or plots or diagrams or equations or formulas, these are better. And don't worry about highlighting something with bold or italics or underline or a subheading, heading, and different font. After all doing this also, it should look nice. Not only read nice and grammar friendly, it should look nice also, formatted. So you should use uniform fonts or 2 fonts maximum. You should use uniform size or 2 or 3 different size maximum, like heading 16, subheading 14, and entire body is 12 or 1.5 inch, 1.5 spacing, and justified. Formatting is very, very essential. Okay, let me skip this one because we have many more slides to go. I will share these slides if required. And what are the challenges we face in a funding agency? Finding a suitable funding agency is a big problem. We don't know who will pay us. And bigger problem is anytime we submit, they reject. First thing, they will not acknowledge. Second thing, they don't review. Third thing, they not come back. But today's scenario has changed. All government agencies must acknowledge of the receipt of the funding proposal. Otherwise, it is not possible. You can ask them, sir, did you receive my proposal or not? Acknowledgement at least you should get. And now everything they are putting in the timeline, when it will be advertised, when it will be funding a deadline, when it will be reviewed, and when you will get funds. So this go to the government one and company one and collaboration one, and the different format is there for different. This is also problem. Time taken is huge, that is a problem. And for some people, getting certificate from the institute is a problem, that you have to sort it out well in advance. And overhead charges are a problem. Who will execute? Who will make tendering process? Who will handle this call now, utilization certificate, audit certificate, interest certificate? Who will do? So certain people have to dedicated to work on that. Then what institute will get benefit? So most of the funding agency gives some overhead charges, 10%, 20%, not more than that. If it is an industry project, you may get more, but there is a cap on each funding agency. For example, some funding agencies don't give any charges. So in that case also, institute should support. So all these things are problems. So institute should come together, deans and directors and head of the departments think in this day. Otherwise, all researchers should come together and request deans or the higher officials, sir, these are the problems, can we sort it out? And not only getting money is important, after getting money, sending back frequency, let's say acknowledgement, money received, and the progress report on time, utilization certificate on time, audit certificate on time, interest certificate on time, reporting on time is also important, because it's not one-time relation. You may think that I got money and it's fine, but your institute name may spoil. They may blacklist your institute if 2-3 people from the same institute not at all submitting reports or not at all submitting audits. Or they can file a case also, because it's a government money, it's a taxpayers' money. I could have gone a little bit extreme, not the case or anything, but they will write to your higher official. And when you go for next time, they will say, no, earlier one not submitted, let's clear all this first. And there is unwritten bias is there, maybe due to region or whatever the other region or your affiliation, but let's not go into that. We have to overcome that through our hard work, through our quality work, through our collaboration. And DST, you can get all calls in this website, DST call for proposals. You have to write applicant details very clearly, scheme name. I can show you the document after some time. And then you have to write, you can go to the international collaborations funding agency like DST, DBT, this is the national one. Like every country has their science and technology website, every country. So you can go by their own countries, or European Union all together. One, Germany is a DAD program, Switzerland some other program, and Japan JSPS program. So these are the very well-known programs are there. You can go through each individual country's science and technology website wherever you have bilateral, and you can go to the embassy. Let's say you want the Germany one, go to the German consulates in India or Indian embassy in Germany. In both way, they do have a specific page on science and technology collaboration. There they put this socially relevant and all this project. And this you have to be. There are so many ways to get. You need to have a network. Anyway, before going to the next topic, collaboration, let me ask Dr. Sylvie Madam or Malini Madam, how much time I can take, Madam? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I can go up to half an hour, 1 hour also. Please tell me how much is ideal.
15 minutes, sir. 15.
Okay. 15 minutes I will go for collaboration. I thought I will show you one proposal. Let me show quickly. This proposal I got 4 years ago. How it would be, I just want to show. The title should not be too small or too lengthy. This title is slightly lengthy, but it's okay. But too small title should not be there. It should have all the keywords. Okay. So please don't forget to know the theme, broad area and sub area and the duration and your details. And if you have a chance to write 2 emails, you write it. Official email is better, official address is better. And now you see, you have to write summary in little bit way. So you need to have your entire 30 page or 20 page summary in half paragraph or 1 paragraph. So summary, and you see objectives in bullet point. I have 6 objectives. Okay. I'm sure you can see this. It's going fast. Sorry. So these are the objectives, bullet point I wrote. Objective, overall objective I wrote in 1 line. I'm not telling this is the best way, because I am just telling this is one of the way. So overall objective, you write 1 line and then you write it in 5 or 6 bullet points. Add 5 or 6 keywords. Then you write expected outcome of the proposal in bullet points. Then this is the first page. Then you start your cover page of this article. This is generated by funding agency. Okay. Cover page also clearly should tell what is the proposal, whom you are submitting, and what is the scheme name, and what is your affiliation, email, and which year you are submitting. And this follow their guidelines strictly. The origin literature, they have asked 1 page. I have submitted 1 page. And then you see I have cited references. And so many references. I have added 1 table for comparison. Okay. I have put clearly key questions what I will address. This is something like objective, but in a different format. Then I put a work plan. You see in between I have added some sentence as a bold, some are italics, some are paragraph 1, some are with the Roman letters. Please see all these to take attention that how one can see quickly. Bold, italics, underline, but it should not look very odd. Okay, paragraphs. And you see 1 more what we call synthesis. I put separate bullet points. I added some structures, some scheme, and some mechanism, and the bullet points. Keep coming bullet points separately, and each bullet point I put a space so one can understand quickly. I added references and italics. So it should formatted. You could see that it's formatted well. I added a schematic, what you call flow chart on this process and product design also, parameters and references. In references, I started with the policies, government policies. So you should tell that you are in line with the government's policies also. That will add up. Okay, either institutional policy or the government policy or the agency's policies. So you are in line with. Today, when you write a proposal, you have to tell whether it is in with the United Nations 17 Sustainable Development Goals or not. If yes, which goal you are targeting. Second, green chemistry principle are you following? Green chemical engineering principle are you following? And there are so many policies and documents and various industries and various ministries. If it is fitting there in one of them and you are citing them, that will add it advance. See, I put 6 months wise. So 6 months, second 6 months, and 3 years I divided into 6 columns and schedule. So this is clearly mentioning this is my work plan. This I will do here. This I will do this many years. This many 6 months. And action plan, again bullet points. Future plans I also wrote, and expertise available I wrote. And let me go into quickly. And earlier, what are the facilities available, what I want, and who can be the best reviewers, and budget, detailed budget, manpower, consumable, and all should match. And justification for each. If you ask small equipment or big equipment, justification is required. What way that is required for your proposal. Okay, and justification for each. Then CV, you have to attach good CV which tells that you are capable to do this project. Let me go to the last after CV. This is the document from the institute. Okay, that you have to attach. And this is the document, self-declared documents, and so on. So I will take 10 minutes now to talk about collaboration. Collaboration is a key, without which whatever expertise you have in one field, you can succeed up to certain limit. But you want to go beyond the limit, you need to have a collaboration. And the best collaboration would be the government policy should match, government funding agency should come in, industry should come in, academia should be coming. When you have a creative innovation, creative ideas to execute, you need a huge collaboration between industry, academia, and the government. That is one kind of collaboration. Industry can come up with telling their problems directly to the academia or through the government. Government can come to the academia directly or through industry. And academician can go to the government without industry, or can go to the industry directly. So these are the trio, all kind of relations are there, and all are essential. But industry should be more generous with the corporate social responsibility. Government should be more generous, spending more GDP equivalent amount. And the academician, within academician, cooperation from higher official is very, very essential, whether it is a director or dean or head of the department, for the youngsters to achieve this. Or even small things like a gas line or a water line or a local help or recruiting or more student or a project assistant or advertising in their website or popularizing or forwarding their document quickly. So these all things are very, very essential, and you should have a good relation with all. Everything boils down to the human relations. We think professional is professional, personal is personal. I agree. We should not mix professional relations and personal relations, but often it is very, very challenging and difficult. We mix. Having different opinion is okay, but how many people can take it? We should appreciate every difference of opinion is fine, but we should appreciate everybody. If opponent person is not capable to that, then it's better to how better we can handle, you find out, because the circle is very small. Before I go into the detail of collaboration, I will tell one thing. Collaborations are essential, collaborations are good, but maintaining collaboration is not easy. And in case if you want to break collaborations, you have to be extremely careful then when you do collaboration, because our scientific circle is very small. While breaking also collaboration, you have to be very, very vigilant. And politely you can break, because we never know the same person can be in which committees, where it's not about you are missing some grant or paper or award or reward. It's not only that, but you want a peaceful night, peaceful life. So making collaboration is essential. There is some way to do it. Maintaining is difficult. There are some way to do it. Breaking is extremely cautious. There are some way you have to be very careful with. All three are important: making, maintaining, and breaking. As much as possible, don't break. Just give a gap. It will be naturally die. Naturally dying collaboration is better than breaking. So enhancing international competitiveness, build collegiality, and streamline resources and strengthen the grant application, and to learn something new and build your track record and boost your productivity. And these collaborations are essential, and we should acknowledge our limitation. One cannot do everything. I cannot do everything. When my idea is interdisciplinary, I should go for mechanical engineer or metallurgy or biotechnology or chemical engineering. Nothing wrong in that. In fact, that will strengthen. When unlike-minded people will discuss, new things will come up. So collaboration can be within department, within institute, industry, academia, industry, government. Collaboration can be national, collaboration can be international. Collaboration can be only for one paper or only for one grant, or can be for a joint guidance thesis or exchange program. There are various kinds and all are essential. But every collaboration starts with trust. And please remember, I will tell you one more line after this. This is the India's collaboration with overall India's collaboration, all field and entire country. I have taken from the publications, 14 lakh papers, India, how it has been collaborated. Most of the India's collaborators are based in USA, then England, then Germany, South America, South Korea, France, China, Japan, Australia. This shows where we are doing better. So you can go there, or you can have opportunity. No, Malaysia, Sweden, Poland are less, so I may have better chance. Let me go there. Austria, bilateral proposals. So many are there. But let me tell you one thing: when you go for collaboration, please remember the collaboration should be benefited mutually, and both should be agree to work on the topic. 2 or 3 people. Okay, so it should be. Please check what you can offer, what you can get from them. It should be mutually. It should not be one way. One way collaboration will not run long time, and it should not be too difference in experience. Let's say you are going to collaborate with a Nobel laureate. What you give it to them unless you have something, or you are collaborating with a 20-30-year-old senior person, and you are just a budding scientist. That means you are only taking his name, that by putting his name, your funding can be proposed or get it through, or your paper get it through. This will not run. And that senior person may be taking this, he will work for me, I will get a free paper. Somewhere down the line, you will get hurt. And this kind of collaboration will not run longer time. It will not give you more benefits. It will not sustain. Collaboration will sustain when you get, both will get something new. You cannot collaborate with exactly similar research area, because what you will know, he knows everything about you, and you know everything about him. What new will come? So before start, if it is with industry, please remember, if results will go better, what are the IP issues? How can be patent will be written? Who will pay money? What is the copyright transfer or material transfer? How much funding, if it is getting, how much you will divide? It's okay, sir. When it will come, we will see. Everybody thinks in the beginning, let it start, we will see later on. Until money comes, everybody thinks, okay. And somebody thinks, I am providing more inputs. Other people think that this guy is not at all active. All of a sudden, when money comes, if it is 5 collaborators there, everybody start blaming others. See, from beginning, I was giving you so many input, that guy didn't give. How you will equally distribute? It is better to clear that who will get how much share, especially cross-institutional and ethics. We should know who will get the rights, who will not get the right, and timeline. All these things we have to be very careful before starting. And please don't jump into all collaboration. Anybody ask anything, don't say yes. Please think for a while. Don't say no straight away, but think for a while and understand whether you have something to offer. And even if you say no, you have to be very politely say no. Not answering is not the way professional. Okay, in professional, somebody contact you, somebody ask you, you have to respond. Always multidisciplinary is better, interdisciplinary is better. If something offers something is better. But when you collaborate with the large distance people, see, sometimes same city or same state or same institute is better that you can meet them over a cup of coffee or sometimes dinner. In collaboration, personal touch, meeting, sometimes family relations, and going for a dinner, calling for dinner, it will work. It will work. I myself told personal relations and professional are very different, but when you become a family friend, that is more better. But it is not possible always. So when you are collaborating is far, then you should understand their timelines. their language. You should respect everybody's pronunciation. North Indian, South Indian pronunciation is not same. British and American and French guys pronunciation is not same. So you should respect their timeline, respect their culture, their dress style, their timeline, everything that comes in this maintaining the collaboration. And to strengthen the network, you should appreciate their work. You should follow them in social networking sites. You should understand their problem. You should wish their greetings, whatever religion he might be following, whatever the region he may be, just wishing their most worshipped, most worshipped god or festival. I know I'm going into too much, but this helps. This helps strengthening the collaboration. At least New Year greeting. And it's not only about professional. You should go beyond. Then only you visit their lab, you ask them to visit, you share something. And but this will only happen when you interact more, communicate more, and know each other more. You cannot do straight away. I am not advising also, okay? And take instead, start simple. Don't start all of a sudden guiding student together or a mega proposal. Just start from small project or a small work or a joint publication, then go slowly. Give them a taste, share some data, whether he is sharing. Trust has to be built. One should not feel that he is getting more benefit, I'm not getting less benefit. Then gone. Give and take policy should be there. Collaboration will be never 50-50. Please remember, even 60-40 is fine. Sometimes 65-35 is fine. If you think you are losing it, just politely keep distance. And even if you have a disagreement or conflict, tell politely. You are disagreeing with the point, not with the person. Make it clear. I am happy with you, I am happy to work with you, but this point I am not happy. This, and because these small things bring big. So any small concept, I'm closing, I'm overshooting now. Let me close in 2 minutes. And these small things will exaggerate and sow relation. And communication is very key. Collaboration is not one way. Collaboration is two-way. Both should benefit and communicate. Especially when more than 2 people are there, you should put in loop everybody. It's not like that 5 people are there, you communicate one, oh no, other 4. No, it's not your use. Why I should spam your inbox that I didn't put? No. Then they think that what is happening between these 2? They have made a sideline. Whether it belongs to them or not, out of 5 people you are addressing 1, no problem, put him in 2, remaining people all are in CC. That's the best practice. Everybody should know if he is reading, he is not reading, his problem. But communication should be there. Communication is the best thing for a collaboration. Select collaborator carefully, see both can get benefit, be honest, be open. Before you ask anything very secretive or the data which can benefit you, please you share first something. Let rapport build, trust build, then you share the information. Then protect yourself and your relationship also, not a problem, and acknowledge and cite. If you get any help, always acknowledge, always cite. Okay, and these are the things. And be inclusive, reach out, and always don't think that why always I should call for meeting, why I should call him first. Make certain rules, working with the difference and manage conflict, and it's not easy. So to get a good collaborator and to understand good keywords, there are so many free websites like Google Scholar, Microsoft Academic, Vidwan profile, Shodh Ganga profile, and Shodh Sindhu profile, and scientific networks. You follow big people whom you think, or contemporary whom you think, follow their social network. And of course, it's a time consuming. You should be aware of time, whom to appreciate. You can do openly, criticize. It is better one-to-one. And these are the profile you create, and you create your own database. Okay, I'll stop here. This database I can send. I'll stop here. Thank you all. Thank you very much, and all of you, happy Dussehra in advance.
Thank you, sir, for your excellent talk. Now the session is open for discussion. Participants can directly ask to the resource person or can share your queries in the chat box?
Sharing in chat box would be better, so I can read. And this assignment I can share with you later on. This is not for attendees. This is just for self-improvement. Do you know 25 keywords of your field? Do you know what are the top 50 papers in the last this one? Have you registered in alerts? Or do you know reputed journals in your field? If not, make a list. Do you know top 20 national and international researcher in your field? Have you created your profiles in Google Scholar, ORCID, Mendeley, Microsoft? If not, would you like? And do you know the affiliation and email of these top people? Have you communicated with these people in last 1 year or so? So this is the thing. Now I stopped sharing, and you can ask me questions.
Hello, sir. You have 2 more questions in the chat box. Let me read.
Let me open chat box. Oh, 80 people. When we started, it was 70.
Okay, sir. I shall read for you.
Yeah.
There are 2 questions from Dr. Dimple Kumari. The first question is how to write objective of project, point-wise or what?
Okay. The objectives point-wise is better. So how many points can be? 3 to 5. If it is a proposal or anything, always bullet points is better. Start from a very simple one, which can be based on earlier work. Then go to the second one into the depth. Go to the third one into challenging. And the fourth and fifth one could be benefit in the society. If it is successful, how it can be benefit of the society. That are your 3 objectives. Can be 3, objectives can be 5, but often instead of 1 line, bullet point will get attention and it is better, because objectives are your questions and outcomes or deliverables are your answers. That way it will be better. 5 questions, 5 answers. 5 objectives, 5 deliverables.
Okay, sir. Thank you. And one more question from Dr. Kumari. Sir, is there any impact of institute or region to get any project?
It's a good question, Amma. Is it recording? Yes, it's a recording, but I am not going to tell something dangerous, not a problem. Unfortunately, yes, but it is unproven and unwritten by us. So there may be so many reasons that certain people are not getting. But as I told earlier already, don't get disappointed. It's a human nature. We get disappointed when we don't get success. But keep trying and asking ourselves where it went wrong and modifying, and not too optimistic, too big project. Let's start with small thing and some simple collaboration and trying to convince. Then it's a way is trying. I cannot say no to your answer straight away, but to say yes also we don't have evidence.
Okay, sir. Thank you. And one question from Dr. Sijo Francis, that's about a reference of a proposal. Is 30 references enough in a proposal?
Yeah, it depends. If your proposal is too small, I think 15 also fine. But generally proposal doesn't have more than 20, 25 or 30. 30 is the highest number. Even 15 also fine. But if your project is a mega project, 5-year project, maybe 30, more than 30 is fine. If your project is 3 years, 30 is okay. If your project is 1 year, I think 30 is too many. So references can be less in proposal. 15 also fine, but less than 15 may be too less. 30 is a good number if it is a 3-year proposal.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Now questions are over. Thank you for answering the questions patiently.
Ask, no problem. Anything you ask, not a problem. I will just share. There is no right answer, just sharing my experience.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Now I invite Dr. Minimol K. Jos, Vice Principal and IQAC Coordinator, Vimala College, to present the concluding remarks of the 5 days faculty development program. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sister Sylvie. Most respected Principal, Dr. Sister Beena Jos, resource person of the day, Dr. Ramesh, the coordinator of this faculty development program, Dr. Sister Sylvie Matthew, and members of the coordinating team, and respected faculty members from various colleges and universities who attend this faculty development program. Good evening to everyone. I'm very happy to be here during the valedictory session of this 1-week faculty development program organized under the auspices of DBT Star College scheme of Vimla College. At the outset, I would like to say a word of appreciation to the resource person of the day. Actually, it was truly inspiring session and a practical session with a lot of examples about how to write research proposals, how to approach funding agencies and all. I think that was beneficial for all the faculty members who attended this faculty development program. I can see a lot of appreciation from the faculty members on the chat box. Really, we are very much grateful to you.
Thank you. But my apology, I overshooted time. I was too optimistic and I took your time too much.
No, it was so informative, sir. Okay. Then I'm very much, I take this opportunity to thank all the faculty members who have accepted our invitation and attended the whole program with lots of enthusiasm and interest. Hope this has been an excellent opportunity to refresh and revive your knowledge and skills to take up quality research in the area of your expertise. And I am sure that this training through the virtual platform has been a blessing to you, as you were able to receive lectures from experts from various parts of our country at the comfort of your home. And I'm very happy to acknowledge the generosity of all those eminent resource persons from the renowned institutions who were able to listen to their, for extending their valuable time. And we were able to listen to their perspectives, and I am sure that this has been an illuminating learning experience to all of you to make our mission of disseminating the right knowledge to our students and research scholars. On the first day, we were fortunate to have Dr. George K. Verghese, Assistant Professor from the Department of Civil Engineering, NIT Calicut, who spoke on the trends and challenges in current research. And on day 2, we listened to a very informative session on various strategies in building successful academic and research career by Professor Kuruvilla Joseph of Indian Institute of Space Research and Technology. Professor Jose T. Puttur of Department of Botany, University of Calicut was the third day speaker. His session made us to understand how to do academic writing and publishing in a scholarly manner. And yesterday we had a session by Dr. P. Murugan, Assistant Professor in School of Management Studies, University of Hyderabad, who spoke on data analysis using open source software. And today we are fortunate to have you, sir, from IIT Madras as the key resource person who made us aware about various funding agencies, how to approach, how to write research proposals, and how to make collaborations in the field of research. I am sure that these lectures have provided a total package for a teacher to proceed confidently in carrying out research and publishing tasks associated with our academic responsibilities and aspirations. Apart from the active involvement of various eminent resource persons, the value of this workshop considerably enhanced by the support both financially and technically by the Department of Biotechnology, Government of India under the prestigious Star College scheme. I would like to appreciate my colleagues for their sincere efforts in organizing such a wonderful program. Dr. Sylvie Matthew, who coordinated the program, and all the team members, Dr. Malini, Head and Assistant Professor in the Department of Physics, Dr. Gigi Abraham, Department of Chemistry, Dr. Hani Sebastian, Department of Zoology, Dr. Anjali Kishore, Department of Mathematics, and Dr. Preeti John, Department of Statistics. Thank you everyone for your support and teamwork. And I assume that the program produced promising outcomes in the learning and teaching practices of both the participants and organizers. Wishing you all the very best in your future endeavors, I conclude. Thank you.
Thank you, Minimum. Now I invite Dr. Hani Sebastian Head of the Department of Zoology, to propose the vote of thanks officially. Welcome, ma'am.
Good evening, all. If necessity is a mother of invention, scientifically developed production is a mother of research, scientific research. Honorable resource person, Dr. Ramesh L. Gardas, respected principal, Dr. Sister Beena Jos, vice principals, Dr. Sister Namida and Dr. Minimol, our most valued invited guests and participants, and my dear colleagues. It's my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. I, on behalf of Imla College and the entire fraternity here together, and on my own behalf, extend a very hearty vote of thanks to all speakers for your important work and sharing with us your findings and opinions during these 5 days of faculty development program supported by DBT Star College Scheme, Department of Biotechnology, Government of India. Honorable resource persons, faculty members, and our most valued participants from other institutions, ladies and gentlemen, myself, Dr. Hani Sebastian, Assistant Professor in Zoology. This was a delightful function, thoroughly educational and enlightening. I'm sure you want me to express thanks to all those persons who contributed to the success of this online FDP. I, on behalf of organizing committee and the entire staff here together, and on my own behalf, extend a very hearty vote of thanks to all speakers for your invaluable sessions. I must mention our deep sense of gratitude to Dr. Ramesh L. Gardas, Associate Professor in Chemistry, IIT Chennai, for his exemplary presentation on the topic, funding agencies and collaborative research. And I also would like to acknowledge our gratitude to Dr. Ramesh for sharing his real-life experiences in collaborative research, support, funding sources, and of course, few challenges. Through his inspiring words, we understand that a good, precise search for literature using specific keywords is a primary step towards progressing to writing a research proposal. He also emphasized that a concise, carefully designed, organized, and structured scientific writing is a prerequisite for obtaining research grants. He also stressed on the point that collaboration between industry, academia, and government is essential. At the same time, maintaining it requires extreme care and thoughtful action. Above all, collaboration must be based on mutual trust and based on the consideration of various aspects of intellectual property. We are all inspired by your simple, sincere, and great words. Thank you so much, sir. I must mention our deep sense of appreciation for Dr. George K. Varghese, Assistant Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, NIT Calicut, for his explanation on the topic, Trends and Challenges in Current Research. Further, we are grateful to Dr. Kuruvilla Joseph, Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology, Thiruvananthapuram, for demonstrating on the topic, Building Successful Academic and Research Career. I may like to express our sincere thanks to Professor Jose T. Puttur, Department of Botany, University of Calicut, for giving an excellent coverage to academic writing and publishing. I also wish to express my gratitude to Dr. P. Murugan, Assistant Professor, School of Management Studies, University of Hyderabad, for providing such a vast information on the topic data analysis using open source softwares. An event like this cannot happen overnight. The wheels start rolling weeks ago. It requires planning and a bird's eye for details. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very motivated and dedicated colleagues of Vimala College. I take this opportunity to express our deep sense of gratitude to our principal, Dr. Sister Beena Jose, and vice principals, Dr. Sister Namida and Dr. Minimol, for their constant support and encouragement for making this FDP a reality. Further, I also would like to acknowledge our gratitude and appreciation to Dr. Sister Sylvie Matthew, Assistant Professor in Botany and Coordinator of DBT Star College Scheme, who is a master brain behind this program, for her unending effort in organizing this FDP and making this a great success. And also, I place on record a word of appreciation for all organizing committee members, Dr. Malini, Dr. Gigi, Dr. Anjali, and Dr. Preeti, for their support and enthusiasm in organizing this program. I thank all the participants who have participated overwhelmingly and making this event a fruitful one. I cannot thank everyone enough for their involvement and their willingness to take on the completion of tasks beyond their comfort zones. Thank you so much for your cooperation. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thus, we have come to an end of our 5 days FDP program on research and career. I hope that all of you are benefited from this program. All participants will get the e-certificates within 2 working days. May you have an academic and research career ahead. Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Thank you. And let me, on behalf of all participants, let me congratulate all the organizers and Vimala College for excellent organization. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.